Like, I have a similar experience with YouTubers even.
Really?
Is this just like a me thing? Like, when I become personal friends with YouTubers, and I mean like, and I mean like more than just like, I met you once at a party kind of thing. Like, when I actually become like friends with people, a lot of the times I can't watch their YouTube videos anymore.
Not can't watch, but you can't watch them in the same way.
Yeah.
It's a different viewing experience.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, sometimes people are like just, you know, that good.
Yeah.
Where you can still watch their videos and enjoy them, right? Even if you know them on a personal level, maybe because they just have that much of a great personality on camera.
Yeah.
But like, I've had so many moments where I'm like, you know what? I really hope I don't get to meet this YouTuber because I really like their videos. Like, I'm like that with Anthony Fantano.
Oh yeah.
I love that man's content. I hope I never get to meet him. Just so I can continue watching needle drop videos.
He's sort of the kind of dude, if you said that to him, he'd go out of his way to become friends with you.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Just spite you.
Yeah. Because it sucks because like I've had like so many YouTubers where I'm just like, I've loved your content for years and I've wanted to meet you and, you know, and I met you and you're a great person.
Yeah.
And then I try and go and watch their videos and I'm like, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a me thing, but
I don't think it's just you thing. I feel like that barrier is just gone. Like when you know the creator, like you remove that, I guess, fourth wall.
Yeah.
Because
My parasocial relationship becomes a social.
No, for real.
Yeah,
like,
for real, yeah. The parasocial relationship becomes a real relationship, and you're like, oh, you're just they're just like another normal.
You're just
person.
another
Like,
dude.
and
Yeah.
I know that, and we know that everyone who is making videos is just another normal person. But when you actually get to know them and you interact with them pretty often, you're like, oh, he's just fucking Chris doing his thing again, isn't he?
No, seriously. And it sucks because it's like, you know, I've had the amazing pleasure to meet so many fucking awesome creators, you know, doing this job. But it's just gotten to the point now where I'm just like, fuck, I'm running out of content to watch, bro. Like, I can't watch my friends' videos anymore. Like, I have to constantly be looking for like new people's content to watch. Yeah. And it's like, and you know, again, it's like there are lots of creators where it's like their personalities are maybe so far removed from the content that they make, where it's like, I can still enjoy their videos as just like a product. But like, you know, a lot of YouTubers as well, like love putting their own personalities into them. And a lot of those personalities that they show on screen are not that different or not different at all to how they actually are in real life, right? So it's like, it becomes this really weird thing of like, it goes from like watching just this cool person on camera that you really admire and like their stuff to just like this equivalent of like, if a mate from high school just started making videos, right? It's just like, oh, this is weird.
I think that would only happen for me if it was like the YouTuber was a deep character, and then you met them and hung out with them, and they were like, just like chill.
Oh, like completely different.
I don't think it would bother me. I mean, it doesn't bother me if I'm like, oh, whatever. If the video's good, the video's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just a me problem.
I think so. Sounds like a you problem.
That is definitely a me problem.
It is an us problem. Yeah.
You know, when they say don't meet your heroes, I'm like, I felt that, man.
Yeah. I know
the problem was your heroes were YouTubers.
It's an even weirder feeling for me. Like not even like normal videos where when you have a mate who does content creation, does YouTube, and then they make like a serious video.
Right.
And then you watch the serious video about them talking like this serious topic, and you're like, fuck, this feels so weird right now because I've had like, you know, deep, close conversations with them. But right now it kind of feels like I'm reading into like their personal diary or something, you know? I don't know. It's this super weird feeling where I'm like, I want to be there for them, but this is a YouTube video.
It's
right
like when
now,
it's like when you accidentally find like their private alt Twitter account, you know, where it's like where they just like use it as a diary, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have seen this.
I've never understood the point of having like alt Twitter accounts or alt any of those accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously have different YouTube channels, but they're very different things.
Yeah.
And I feel like what could warrant having an alternative Twitter account so I can post more shitty memes?
I personally don't like. I do kind of understand, but I personally don't feel this way. But
Yeah.
some people just want to fucking shout things into the void. Just vent into the void and not have to worry about the repercussions of some of the things that you get when you post stuff online.
But I feel like, I don't know, if you can't say something online, just don't say it online. Like, I feel like, do you need to post like every thought you have to avoid on
some
Twitter?
People do. Some people.
I don't get that.
No, I don't get that either. But some people.
You just like telling like me just fucking sending messages to the NSA agent watching me. Like what are you like? I don't get it.
I mean, I feel like
it's like when you find YouTubers or something, when they're like, oh, they have an alt Twitter account. Turns out they were super racist or something.
Right.
It's like, why did they do this?
Yeah.
It's like, I have a dynamite obsession. Just gonna collect it in my basement. It's like, what are you doing?
What I don't understand is people who have alt Twitter accounts that are public.
Yeah,
right? If you have an old Twitter account that's like locked, for example, then it's like, okay, they're probably just using the Twitter account as like a digital version of a diary, right? Where they can just like write down how they were feeling so that they can look back on it years later, right?
Yeah.
But I don't understand ones that are public. And I'm like, if you want to say it that badly, just say it on your own fucking account.
I don't understand those Twitter accounts that feel like they have to post every 5 minutes.
Dude, when I go to someone's Twitter account and I'm scrolling and I'm not even on the next day, that's when I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like,
oh boy.
I'm like, how are you having this many sentient thoughts in an hour?
Yeah.
I barely have this many sentient thoughts in a day, man. Holy fuck. Like,
if someone does post like 8 tweets an hour on average, that is like the biggest warning sign.
That's
for
a
me.
red flag.
That's
for
like,
sure.
I don't interact with that person.
If you start scrolling down and it says like 40,000 total tweets, and I'm like, all right, maybe I should unfollow.
It's like, I understand that people want, like, it's hard for me because I understand that people want places to vent. And it's like, okay, maybe I have an alt Twitter account that's private and it's just for me and my close friends.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that makes sense.
It's like, okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yes.
But also in my head, I'm like, why don't you just message your friends? Like to me, it's
plot twist. They have no
well,
friends.
that too. Yeah. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, it's like a weird way of kind of like wanting attention from your friends without just being direct and messaging them.
Yeah.
And I'm not really, this could be like a Giga L take. I don't know. I mean, I don't fully understand it. To me, it's like, if you have close friends enough to have a private Twitter, shouldn't you just like hang out with them or message them or just those vents that you might have? Why don't you just hang out and say it to them?
I agree with that.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something giant here.
I think you are missing something giant here.
Okay, hit me.
I guess not everyone feels like they have a close friend that they can properly vent to a lot of the time. I think that is a big thing, especially in the age of social media. Is that, you can have friends online, but there's a difference between, I'm not saying online friends aren't real friends, but what I am saying is that there are still some people who you might not be able to feel comfortable around showing your true self around. And it's so much easier online to mask different sides of yourself. That it's might not be as easy as just calling up your mates and be like, yo, let's have a chat.
Right. I mean, obviously it's not always that simple, but I don't know. I feel like throwing a vent into the void that limited people have access to is also,
I think it's a coping mechanism.
It's definitely sounds like a band-aid on a larger problem.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just get friends. Just get friends in it.
Easy said than done, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
first step: remember people's names. That's a very.
I mean,
good first
this
step.
is completely like, and I understand that I don't get it, and this is something I want to understand more.
Yes.
Like I'm not like, dude, you're a fucking loser if you have an alt account. I'm like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Here's my thoughts on why I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, if you have one, hey, you do you, right? I can't tell you how to act online. Like,
I'm not your dad. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
This is twitter.com. You are allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. If you're posting events, you're still posting like in the top 1% of sane tweets in my mind.
Yeah.
Except for having Twitter Blue. Don't have Twitter Blue.
Yeah, that's fucking lame.
Yeah. Then we will laugh at you collectively.
And I don't know. It's sad because I feel that like a lot of people who feel like they can't talk to anyone. I'm like, fuck, man. Wish I could just be like, hey, man, you tell me.
You can talk to me, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's too many people in the world.
Yeah, and then also, did you ever have? Were you ever on those Discord servers that had like vent sections?
No.
You ever seen these?
That
Just like a-
sounds terrible.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
It's like yeah.
That's an.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the number 15 to hate Discord. They're so bad as well. There would be like these because I used to be on a lot of servers like way back when Discord first like kind of started. People used to have like a vent section.
Yeah.
And some servers where it's exactly what you think. People would just go and vent, but then it kind of turns into like a who is the biggest problem, and then
Who can suffer the most?
And it's also like, I don't think the human mind is meant to just read suffering or anguish or just those emotions upon those just going through them and being like, oh, these are real problems. And I think it just does something to your head where you're like, I don't think this is healthy to participate in this or read this. But also, I think a lot of people who would go to those were like desperate. And it's kind of like, fuck. What the fuck?
Well, there's a reason why, therapy is a one-on-one session. It's,
but then if therapy is also expensive.
Yeah, right. But there's a reason why one therapist doesn't take care of 40,000 people,
Yeah, right.
At the same time.
Often you don't have mass therapy.
Yeah, you don't have mass therapy.
All right, let's get on the Zoom call. All right, everybody put your hand up one by one. Let's go through the problems. I got shit to do.
Yeah, like that, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Turns out I triple booked. So we got to get through this.
It just doesn't work like that. And it's like, no, but it is unfortunate that I guess this idea of closeness in the digital world and social media world has just been so skewed now to the point where it's like, yeah, man, I message this person every single day on Discord, play games, whatever, but because there's no physical connection there.
Yeah.
It just immediately doesn't feel as close. Even if in their heads, they're like, yeah, she is my best friend.
Yeah.
But when I actually have a problem that I need to vent out, I just have to take it to my alt account.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate that that's how it is.
I feel like
now.
venting is a very dangerous game online. Especially if you're an influencer or a YouTuber.
Of course, yeah.
There's been a lot of dramas where it's leaked or whatever, and then you're like, oh, they said what?
Yeah. Apparently private Discord servers are never private Discord servers.
Like the Eagle drama that happened ages ago. There's this drama that happened where a bunch of, I guess they're labeled as Eagles, were just talking about other people in their field and being very horrible about it. But this is pretty common stuff. These do exist. I've never been on one, but I've heard of them happening before, and they're pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you would feel comfortable openly venting about other people in your industry in an open space. I feel like that's are you dumb?
Yeah.
Are you? Why?
Why would you
keep that shit to yourself?
Yeah.
Dog?
Why would
what
you
doing?
why would you leave that on record as well?
Right?
That's what blows my mind.
But it's insane.
It's like the equivalent of going to a pub, right, and being like, I'm going to vent to my mates. Hold on, let me just record this entire conversation.
Right?
All right, so here's what I hate about my boss.
Yeah.
What a fucking asshole. They did this, they did that.
We all have bad thoughts, right? We all say things maybe in private that you wouldn't say openly, right? Because it's just humans and how we are.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be smart and keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah,
And don't fucking keep a record of it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like another thing that I the main reason I don't know how we got on this topic, but when I meant secondary accounts or alt accounts, one of the first things that came to mind is sometimes streamers or big streamers have alt accounts to their main stream account.
Yeah.
But they're still live to anyone.
Right.
But they're not on their main account, they're on their alt account.
Like the waiting room accounts, right?
No, it's actually their account.
Oh.
They'll just be live on an account with way less followers.
Yeah.
But everyone
Why?
openly knows. I think, if I remember correctly, it's something to do with maybe if the audience is too big on the main, they want a smaller audience where they just play games that they wouldn't be considered as much content as normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, but also in the same way, I'm like, that seems kind of odd though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of get it. So you still want to play the game, but it's not the game that your main audience wants to see. But also you can just play it offline.
Where it's available to your main audience.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I feel like a lot of streamers I met.
Why do you say it like that?
A lot of streamers I met don't feel comfortable playing games offline anymore and kind of need an audience, you know.
Yeah, I love playing games on stream, but I do game a little bit off stream too. But it does feel unproductive. Yeah, but that feels like a weird workaround to get your brain to be like, this is good still, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think you need to play games if you are a streamer. I know this is completely unrelatable to literally everyone. You know, I think that it's okay, and you just need to get okay with the idea that sometimes you're not working.
Yes.
Sometimes you can play that game, you're slacking off, and that's okay.
Sometimes you can have fun. Like
I think you just got to get over it and be like,
just get over it.
Just get over it and be like, hey, man, some days it's okay to not work.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's fine. Totally fine.
You know, it's you got to have the you time.
Yeah, you're not procrastinating. You're not lazy. You just got to give some downtime to yourself, you know?
What I want to know is if you do have an alt account that is public, please explain the reasoning, because I genuinely,
I
genuinely don't don't
Like, I feel like I did a big outtake, but like it's not from a place of judgment or like, why the fuck would you do this?
It's
like,
curiosity.
I would like to know how it helps in any way or how it makes you feel. Because to me, and where I stand, I'm like, I'd just rather not be online than post that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather just, I don't know. I'd rather just write a diary and burn it.
I'd rather
than
just
do
like
that.
talk to my mom about it or something, you know, like.
I guess not everyone has that. Though,
Yeah, right. Or you know,
I don't know. To me, I'd rather just not say that shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather just keep it in, suppress that shit, and then maybe when I'm like 80, I can tell about all the war crimes I've committed to my grandson
on my deathbed
before I pass away.
on your deathbed.
You know, I don't know. Like, to me, it's like I'm chill with keeping that in.
you're just lying on your deathbed being like, I leaked those DMs.
I was the one who infiltrated the group chat. See you, fuckers.
It's like, Granddad, how could you?
What's the statue?
You're on your deathbed, and you got like your grandson with you, and you're like, take this, and it's like a USB stick, and he's like, Granddad, what's this? He's like, it's all the receipts. It's all the receipts.
I do like the idea of like right before you pass away, you're like, I'm just going to cause some chaos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just drop some information.
Dude, I'm going out swinging. I'm not going down without a fight.
If your kids are ever like terrible people, you just make the will like a battle. You're just like, you write it in a way that causes conflict. when I'm chaotic evil on the chart and I pass away. Please don't do this.
Me playing Game of Thrones with my own children.
House of Dragon was so good. I want to recreate it.